My name is James Lee. My family, I'm here representing my family. My grandparents owned this restaurant, Shanghai Cafe, from the 1940s to 1960s. My father grew up working in the restaurant. I grew up about a block away. There was a tenement building on Peterborough here that is now the site of the Detroit Shipping Company food court. It was the tenement building where I played on these streets. So I'm very familiar and deeply disappointed that a part of certainly my personal history, but I think the larger community history was lost. As I alluded to earlier, the activity of the restaurant on lower floor paled in comparison to the activity in the second floor, which housed a series of associations, community associations, which help new immigrants, facilitated credit and loans, but more importantly, also arbitrated disputes. And particularly when my grandfather died, when my dad was 6. Her brother-in-laws disputed the ownership of the restaurant being passed on to her, and because she didn't speak the language, for a variety of reasons, she chose to go before the limited association, which met at this building, and they ruled in favor of my grandmother. They knew the characters of the people involved because they were in the second floor of the building, so they ruled in favor, and that was life-changing. Imagine being a widow with a 4-year-old and a 6-year-old in a new country where you don't speak the language and having no resources or a business. So, yeah, very disappointed. I'm hoping, obviously the building was very dilapidated. I mean no disrespect to Mayor Duggan or to the Ilitch family or to Irish Americans in general. When I say this, my wife is actually Irish American. But just imagine if someone purchased the Gaelic League on Michigan Avenue and squatted on it for 20 years until it got to a degree of where it had to be demolished. That's the history that we have. That's the modus operandum in which we operate currently in this environment. And it contributes to us, our ignorance of our history, our shared history as Metro Detroiters. I was born here, I'm a Detroiter. And I think a lot of the misunderstandings is because we don't have a connection to that history. We erase it, and therefore allow politicians and other people to malign the history. I think all people, I like, one of the things I hope a conversation starts from here is how do we preserve our immigration story in this area? Detroit is a very segregated area, and in large part that segregation is because of our ignorance, my generation and some of our immigrant stories. So it's a lot to ramble on, but
yeah. But I'd like to ask you, as a community member, what else we can do or we should do?
What should we do? I think first step is we do the historical review here, find out exactly the historical value, the historical nature of this area, and then move from there. I think a building is a building, but efforts to preserve history is efforts to help heal us, to preserve for my children a piece of who they are, and it will serve the community much more than any parking lot will.
Thank you so much for your being here and to support the efforts.
Yeah, thank you.